I wasn't sure if I did, but I said it anyway. Sometimes the only thing left to do is trust someone. Just then, I felt a beefy hand on my shoulder and the sound of scissors working around my tangled leg. Bob was pulling me inside. I felt like a puppet being taken off a shelf. I could hear the children and the homeless people cheering out the window. They cared about my safety, despite what I had done to the bird. Most of the ivy had been torn off the window by my struggling and Bob's scissor work. The light came in around torn, broken, green fingers. I could see dust floating in the light like tiny clouds and was jealous of its ability to fly. "Are you crazy, old man?" Bob asked me. I performed a funeral service for the bird that evening. First, I scooped him up and cleaned off the knife. He had been killed on the awl and the corkscrew. The children and homeless people parted so I could meet my victim. Everyone stood in silence. I could hear the sound of singing in the distance, over by the vacant lot. Someone was singing to the tigers. Bird eyes look the same dead as alive, I thought, just not moving so much. The bird looked in peace, except for the wound in his back. His little beak was part open. I could see a piece of French fry lodged in his throat. The burial took place in a patch of dirt across from the vacant lot. I could hear the tigers rustling through the tall grass. The children were singing a lullaby. It made me very sleepy to hear. I wanted to crawl inside the tiny hole I had dug for the bird and cuddle it. Sleep inside the hole while the tigers prowled the ground above us and the children sang to keep them at bay. I stayed away from the apartment that night. I walked the neighborhood for hours, talking to people. I licked several avenues and took part in a religious ceremony. I learned to sing. I lived out on the street among my neighbors. If the neighborhood was my home, then my apartment was only a drawer where I put things. It only lasted that one evening, though. Then I went back inside. I am old, and my wife's poor soul would be worried about me. But things are better now. Now I still spend my time by the window, but I leave it open mostly so they can hear me. I wave to people outside, and they wave back most of the time. It is the most exciting part of my day. To wave at someone and have them wave back makes me feel alive. There's nothing more fragile than being alive. And so that's Lullaby. And I'll read a real short one.